Why, oh why do I bother? So I just done a video on Need for Speed discussing all the previous news, and then probably the biggest news for a long time comes out. Under the hood, performance customization. Oh yes. So, I guess I'm doing another video. Yay! Anyway, that's laughable. So, performance. Goodbye, speed cards. Bye-bye, they sucked. I hate speed cards. It felt like my car turned into a slot machine. Hated them so much, and they are completely gone. So in Need for Speed Heat, there is 4 different groups for each vehicle: engine, chassis, drivetrain, and auxiliary. The engine contains various categories that work together to increase the power. Oh yes. An example would be the forced induction and the nitrous system. And then connecting the engine and the chassis, which is the power and the handling, we have the drivetrain, which is built up of both pure performance parts and those that affect handling. The differential is one of these that has a big impact upon the handling of the car. Alongside this, you have the clutch, transmission, which changes the shifting time and gear ratios. This would affect how much engine power can be used. If your drivetrain is terrible, it can't deploy the power you put into the car. Auxiliary has a space for 2 items. One is active and one is passive. The active items are manually controlled by the player and include things such as instant refill of the Nitrous bottle for a quick double burst on the finish straight. Great. Or a repair kit, which you can quickly activate. The health can be hugely beneficial when you find yourself in a bit of trouble, especially during nighttime when the cops keep hitting you. And once your health goes down, the night is over, your rep is lost. So repair kit could be very, very useful. Passive items, on the other hand, are active as long as they are installed on the vehicle. This ranges from reinflatable tyres, which will reduce the time needed for tyre reflation. Is that even a word? After hitting a spike strip. Also extra damage when you're hitting a cop, so you can take them out a little bit quicker. Cops in this game, especially at night time, are pretty tough, so that could be very useful. Increased nitrous gain from activities like jumping and drifting. So one of my favourite upgrades is forced induction. Oh yes. There are several types of forced inductions that can be installed on the engine. Each has different sounds, different performance benefits, and also the impact will be different depending on what engine you have installed and what car it is. So nitrous is a little bit more simple in Need for Speed Heat. It's all based on bottles. Do you want multiple bottles? One single bottle? Maybe if you've got like one long straight in the race, you want to deploy it there and then. The big one, it's up to you. Or if you've got smaller straights, or it just depends how you play. I would probably go for more multiple bottles just so I can deploy it throughout the race when I see fit. And then we come to the handling. We want confidence in our vehicle. Ultimate confidence. So this comes down to tyres, suspension, and differential. They're divided into types depending on what you want to go for. So race, drift, on-road, off-road. The high-level parts will give a bigger impact on handling. High-level tyres will improve the overall grip. So say you got a bit of tyre spin off the start, you may want to look into getting better tyres. So this will improve acceleration, improve cornering. Very, very important. And then we come to the engine swap. This is for me one of the biggest improvements to Need for Speed. The fact we can change a whole engine, and it'd be quite interesting to sort of try and work out what engine from certain cars we've switched, because they don't actually say this is from a Lamborghini, this is from a Ferrari. They won't actually say that, but you may hear it and you may feel it. So that'd be quite cool. The number of available engines for each vehicle is generally around 7 to 10. But a few of the more extreme cars, Lamborghini, Ferraris, in the game have limited amounts of available engines, which is completely fine and makes complete sense. A Lamborghini Aventador, there's not many places you can go for a better engine. It's like just that's maxed out. The available engines for each car have been selected in order to give variety of sounds while having limited limits on size and performance in order to keep the endgame performance between vehicles more balanced. So while there's limitations on what can be done, there are still a lot of options. Oh yes. For example, equip a 2.5 litre flat 4 turbo into a Beetle. Oh my, I can't wait for that. What the hell? Or an 8.4 litre V8 into an AMG GT. Or potentially a 4 litre V8 into a BMW M3 E46. There's so much potential. Right, so we've already mentioned this quite a lot already. I've actually got a whole video on 4Cars exhaust tuning. So if you guys want to check it out, there'll be a video on my channel. Feel free to check it out. I literally just listened to all the exhaust tuning options for these 4Cars, and it really does make a big difference. And again, a really cool addition. A slight change on that slider has a big impact on the sound, and we want good sounding cars. And then we get to acquiring these parts. How do we acquire parts in the game? There are two ways of acquiring parts in Need for Speed Heat. Your first option is by leveling up, which will cause new parts to become available in the parts shop. You can either visit the parts shop out in the world or enter your garage to buy performance parts. The second method of acquiring parts is by taking part in these high heat events. Earning parts from high heat events will involve you coming in the top 5. However, there's a twist. You have to escape the cops. If you don't escape the cops, you get caught, busted, crashed, you lose the parts. Yeah. The parts you earn through these events will be suitable for your current rep. Once unlocked, you'll find them available within the parts shop for future purchases. So if you want the very, very, very best parts in the game, you have to do these high heat events. You have to do them. That's how you get the best parts. We also made some additional changes to the parts in Need for Speed Heat. So they won't be soul bound to one vehicle, which means you can switch those parts between vehicle to vehicle, which is pretty cool. We hope you enjoyed reading about the new performance customization, and we're looking forward to seeing your amazing build once Need for Speed Heat launches in a few weeks. I say a few weeks, it's still like 6 weeks away. 5 weeks? Yeah, at least 5 weeks. So, whew, that was a lot to take in. I love the engine swap. It sounds so, so good. I can't wait for that. And I like how they're doing handling. Those 4 structures, those 4 categories, makes it for a much better experience. I did not like Payback. No. 2015 was okay, but there's still room for improvements. And I'd say in terms of customization, performance is their biggest change. Visual is not massively different. There's just a few like minor changes, but performance is a dramatic overhaul, which I'm very, very excited for. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That might be 2 Need for Speed Heat videos in one day after not doing any for a while. That's mad. Bye bye.